Hey, my name is PolishLynx and welcome to the letter. Let's continue, but first let's get to the journal quickly. Let's make us remember what was happening tomorrow. First, yesterday, Luke was seen attending car day at San Goretti High School for his goddaughter, where he met Rebecca again. Minutes later, a sobbing Callie interrupted their conversation to report a friend crying in the little girl's room. Right. Callie escorts us to an adjacent hall. At this hour, the corridor and the rooms lining in its sides are empty, save for the gentle rustling of leaves, the twittering of birds outside, and the tapping of our foot against the floor. The whole area stays eerily quiet. Not unusual for. This is the part of the building reserved for club activities. At the end of the school day, and with the rest of the school busy with another event, it's only natural for it to be this deserted. Come afternoon, right after class, it will once again be filled with people. For the time being, I focus on toilets at the far end, heading straight for it. Luke stays behind, opting to wait for the end of this drama instead, obviously not wanting to deal with another person's kid. Meanwhile, Callie follows right after me, unusually silent as we approach the ladies' room. Sometime before we made the turn down the hallway, she has stopped sniffling and started singing a tune under her breath.
London Bridge is falling down, falling down, falling down. London Bridge is falling down, my fair lady.
Why are you singing this? Probably to brace or calm herself? Or maybe this is her way of preparing to pull her friend out of her sulk? It certainly reminds me of another person. I make no remarks on it, however. I will, I'm scared, okay? I have a very bad feeling about this. It's all part of growing up, I say. Let her learn. The door slightly ajar when we get to it, and from inside the sobs of a girl echo weakly, barely audible even in this kind of hush. Alright. You won't tell me this sounds like a normal sob to you, because I have a very eerie feeling already. Turns out Kylie's not the only one upset about this. Despite the situation, a smile forms on my lips as I call out to her friend.
Hello? Hello there? You're Kylie's friend, aren't you? Melody, is it? She's looking for you.
Great. Children can be so amusing sometimes. Granted, they can be exasperating, especially around this age, but the endearing things about them aren't with those. All you need is enough level of patience.
Career day's about to start, too. You'll have to come out, or you're going to be really late for it. Miss Alice won't be happy if one of her kids isn't there. I heard she brought little gifts for everyone who'll behave. Don't you want to receive one?
However, her cries show no signs of abating, they only grow louder. Not close to a whale. Alarming regardless.
Are you okay?
From where I'm standing, it sounds almost like she's in some kind of pain, and it's not impossible. They do that at times, hiding what ails them for fear of a reprimand. If it's like that, coaxing her out might be useless. It also makes sense why she chose to Lou, the furthest from their classroom. Wasting no time, I gesture for Kylie to wait and amble towards the door, calmly so I don't alarm her. At the same time, a distinct sense of déjà vu hits me. I've been in this position before, behind the door, with someone crying on the other side. My calls ignored as their cries grow into a wail. Just this past week, actually. Even so, being in the same situation before doesn't bring any comfort. I'm putting up for a child beside me. Is the thick undercurrent of a worry trickling into my stomach. I take one last breath, then I nudge open the door. It all happens in a span of a second. I don't make it to past 2 steps into the room. Her cries abruptly stop. Light footsteps shove behind me, coming to a halt at the door. My heart skips a beat. And when I turn...
Kylie?
What the fuck?
Miss Pink? Miss Pink? Why didn't you help her?
My whole body becomes motionless at the sight of her, words catching in my throat and heart pounding rapidly against my chest. Alright, I shouldn't be surprised. I mean, we've already encountered this situation. Maybe not this situation, but this girl becoming like that anyway. Yet nothing in the manner she speaks or the way she tells her in question carries the awful innocent vibe she always brings with her. As if I'm looking at the dead, hollow imitation of the child.
Can't you hear her? She's asking for your help.
But it is not those that trigger a memory. It's those chilling eyes. Calling. Beckoning.
Why won't you listen to her?
All at once the memory returns to me. A tide that has receded and now returns to the shore with an overwhelming force, carrying images of a single moment from days ago. Of a world passing by in a blur, and 2 features I can barely discern under the little light there was. Not even a week has passed. In this minute, while I keep my eyes strained on the child before me, they return with such unbearable clarity. There are no hard wounds this time, no blood streaming down the pale face, thank heavens. Just lips contorted in a small, twisted smile. They brim with venom I've never expected to ever see in a child, sending tiny pinpricks of dread crawling up my lips and winding up my neck. You're a bad person. People like you deserve to die. I can't breathe. Those whispers and laughters again. Judging. Mocking. Taunting. Each scatting words, ringing sharp and true against my ears. My throat closes in. My whole body tenses. A chill settles at the tips of my fingers, every digit gone rigid from the cold. With every single draw of breath and a struggle for freedom, the coils wrapped around my body tight and dragged me down. A gradual torturous descent into another bottomless abyss. On. And on. And on. Until I lose touch with myself and the world.
Help me!
Until darkness claims me and... Unexpectedly, a note. In the distance, harsh and piercing, cutting through the thick stupor and shattering the haze without warning.
Are you ladies done with your business here? I don't have all morning to wait for you two.
My eyes snap open, and the world shifts into place with a rugged gasp. When I glance up, a different set of eyes greet me.
Are you okay, Miss Pink?
No anger, no bad hatred in them, just plain sincere concern. Bit by bit I become aware of my surroundings, myself as warmth steadily slips back to me. I reach out for the nearby counter to steer myself at some point, and my knuckles have gone white from how rigid my grip on it is. It's over now, yet tension hasn't left my body. My heart still hammers hard against my chest in an erratic rhythm, and my breathing still comes in short, shallow bursts. Before me, Kylie fumbles with her hands, utterly unsure of what to do to an adult, in what's probably a laughable state.
Did you get sick? I'll call Tio, okay? Stay here and don't move.
No. No need. Just leave me alone.
Tio will know how to fix you. Oh, wait, okay?
I wish I could speak a reassurance to her, but I can't shake it off. The dread is there, twisting at my sides in anticipation. Of what? I'm no longer sure. Pushing myself off the counter, I break off into a run. Brushing off the anxious look Kylie gives me when I gently push her away on my way out, or the furrow in Luke's brows when I stumble into him outside. Whatever they both saw in my face, I care not to know. Bloody hell, I don't even understand what's happening anymore. The tremors continue, long after the last of my classes have ended. If one of my students have commented on it, I've got a few sharing anxious glances, every time a pen slips from my hand. My hand or my shoulder stands whenever called. How unusual it must be for them to see the normally composed Miss Gaze become a bundle of nerves. Even the most boisterous ones have given me less grief today. You'd think being on my fourth cup of tea would provide any sort of comfort. Or is this the fifth? I get why does counting matter now. The fact that I can't easily shake it off this time should tell me something. Last time this happened, I passed it off as some lapse in my part, after having been sick the week before.
And it is a natural conclusion.
Those are just stories, a centuries-old lore, passed by the locals to keep children in line. What place doesn't have those? One of my dad's books even went as far as to describe them as a strong part of Isabella's culture. 3 giants, women who feed on unborn children straight from a mother's womb. Or hell, there's even that one story about the demon baby. All folklore that never had a smidgen of truth in it. Most probably told to scare off the natives there back in the old days. You know, some of them might be true actually. But let's not check it. Much like every other one in every other place. The word is more universal than people care to think. But looking at it from where I'm standing now, after staring right into the eyes of that woman, after all the things I've been hearing and feeling, perhaps, there's a little more to that bloody letter than some awful Halloween prank.
Perhaps Isabella's right all along.
A terrible thing if true. For that thought doesn't linger long, thankfully. Soon the ringing of my mobile takes my attention away from it. An unfamiliar name flashes before me once the screen lights up and my brows knit together. Marianne McCullough. Incoming call. Marianne McCullough. Staring hard at the screen, I try to remember when I've entered this person on my contact list. It takes a moment, but when it clicks, my eyes zeroes in on the book lying wide open on my table. Loaned out from the library almost a week ago. I met the woman there by sheer coincidence. A fellow history buff, apparently, now that I think about it. No, there was still no party, okay. We're after the same book, but in the end she's given it to me, under the condition that I call her once I'm done. To be honest, I've completely forgotten about it now, and well, I haven't really taken a peek at it until today. Normally I'll be done with the whole volume of this science a few days after taking it out, about 1 or 2, depending on how busy I am. But finding a chance to sit down and read through it has been more difficult lately than I anticipated. One moment I'm busy simply grading worksheets attending the movie premiere. The next, then someone suddenly invited me out for no one reason or another. Days later a friend stopped showing up in her flat, right after worrying reports pop up in the local news. Where simply enough time to breathe and get a grip of things. I have been flipping through the pages of said book moments ago, for never really reading anything and merely hoping for a distraction. To no avail. My phone gives out another ring, and this time I do not hesitate to answer.
Marianne?
Hello! Here I was starting to wonder if it was a bad time to call. Is it?
No, not at all. I dismissed my last class a few minutes ago. I'm pretty much free for the rest of the afternoon. Unless something comes up. Is this about last time? The book?
Not really. I was hoping to ask you about some other thing.
Oh, sure. What about?
You grew up in this city, didn't you?
It's a peculiar question to ask to someone you've just met, but I answer her nevertheless. I'm more curious where she's getting with this by starting with that.
Born and raised, 3rd generation migrant. Why do you ask?
So, you must be familiar with the local lore. The, stories?
Quite. If I'm going to teach about history, I'd like to think I am, yeah? But a family friend would be a better person to ask. If you want, I can contact him for you.
No, let's just keep this thing between us, okay? It's nothing too big. And alright, I really don't know how else to put this without sounding a bit crazy. But things have been really, odd. Do you remember the mansion I mentioned back when we met? My current project?
In hindsight, I should have expected it will lead to this. She must not have lived here long if she's just asking about this now. It didn't take a week with Isabella when she arrived, but that's Isabella, superstitious down to the last hair. For it won't be too far off to think Marianne has only started thinking about this recently. She's working on the damn house itself. I must admit, even I'm curious now, despite living here for so many years and having so many chances to look it up before.
The Ermengarde mansion, yes?
Yes, that one. And, the thing is... Oh dear, this is a bad idea. You know what? Just forget I ever called you about this.
You saw her, didn't you? Idmo. Oh, it's Mariana speaking still. It must have been the sunny weather. It's make me sick and see stupid things. See things.
No, wait. It's alright, I don't mind.
There's a moment's pause before she responds again. She's writing that this is a silly thing to talk about, especially between what I assume two people who are pretty grounded on their beliefs with regards to these things. I would blame her if she hesitates.
I can't believe I'm asking you about this.
It's fine. Why don't you just think of it as some form of research?
Eh.
Well, alright. But after this, we're going to forget we ever had this talk.
My lips will be sealed. Now, what is it about the mansion?
Just, what do you know about it? The general gist. The place's past. What happened to the owners? Anything you can give me.
Let's see. To start off,
I do my best to give her a concise summary from the time the house was commissioned 400 years ago and who had it built. Up to the point it got deserted after the last heir's death, and the deed was passed on the Ermengarde's nearest relatives. Frankly, if it weren't for our Norman Island's producing, the house would have already faded into obscurity long ago. Demolished even. These are all nothing she probably hasn't heard of before, yet there's dissatisfaction in her tone once I finish.
That's all there really is to it?
as far as I know. There's this little bit I forgot to mention about Lady Charlotte Ermengarde's death, but most of those are just theories.
Speak about those.
Aside from that, this is really everything we've been teaching all these years. Should there be anything more?
Mm-hmm.
No mention of any other weird stuff? Other crazy stories? Or a letter of some sort?
My blood runs cold. And the warmth and comfort for the tea I've drunk has given me prior has instantly been drained out of me. The phone creaks softly as my light hold on. It turns into a firm grip. This whole letter bullshit is starting to turn into more than coincidence.
None that I've heard or read of. What does a letter have to do with this?
Oh, no. It was just something I came across. Ignore it. Random thoughts, you know? By the way, I need to run. Thanks for answering my questions.
She ends the call abruptly with only a clipped goodbye, leaving my mind heavy with even more thoughts. The wind around my classroom has gone considerably denser in light of what little I've gleaned from that conversation. I don't think Marianne's lying about her intent. Her interest is genuine, I'd give her that. But she's left a lot of things out. I can sense she only asked because something's happening around her, too, and if she hadn't mentioned the letter, I probably wouldn't have made the connection.
Just what the hell did we get ourselves into?
Something crazy! Of course, there's still a lot of confusing details in this. All of these are just assumptions. No concrete conclusion to be formed with what we have, and if we want to find out what we're really dealing with, I think Marianne's right. There might be something more to the stories. As absurd as it sounds, the very place that gave us that letter might tell us something beyond what we know. And tomorrow night I have a few hours of the chance at the housewarming party. Totally not an exciting thought, since the place is privately owned now. I can just wander around. But it's enough reason to keep the dread at bay as I step out of the room, ready to put an end to this day. Journal! After the strange encounter at the little girl's room, Rebecca tried to remain composed throughout the day. As her classes ended, she received a phone call from Marian McCullough, who asked unusual things about the Ermengarde mansion. Boom. However, all those good vibes disappeared into thin air when I ran head first into Luke. There's really something in this man. Regardless of how much my opinion of him has changed over the span of a few hours, he simply blasts through every good impression people have of him without care of what. He doesn't even need to open his mouth, his mere presence does it. In all honesty, I think he's the kind of guy only a mother can love.
You're still here?
Obviously. Who do you think's standing in front of you?
An ass.
Oh, come on, Daisy. You've done better than that. Losing your touch?
Luke, I don't have time for this. I'm heading home, and your face is the last thing I want to see before I leave. What do you want?
Belatedly unnoticed his hand. Partly raised, almost poised for a knock. At a slight lift of an eyebrow, he quickly drops it to his side and turns to Kylie. She instantly a few steps away from him, holding her hands behind her back and doing at something on the floor with the tip of her shoe. Then he proceeds to make vague gestures at me and the child. He resembles a fish flopping for air with the way he's moving his arms, though I think he's trying to urge her to speak up.
Munchkin, I thought you wanted to tell her something.
You do it, Teal.
This wasn't my idea, darling.
Don't worry. I won't tell Tia what you told me the other day. And this morning.
Huh? Luke exhales, rolling his eyes at the sneak that makes me pray for the universe to grant him more patience. He knows a losing battle when he sees one. He may act worse than a 5-year-old, throwing a tantrum at times, but he's no match for an actual child. Nothing better than being served a dose of his own medicine, huh? Once his frustration has been promptly let out, he points a rude finger at me. I do my best to stare the offending digit down, but I can already hear the demand before it's even out of his lips.
You, come with us.
What makes you think I will?
Because little Rugrat here is upset and worried, and it's your bloody fault. I've no idea what happened this morning, but if you don't come with us, I won't be hearing the end of it from her. So do me a favor, Daisy, and just be glad I'm inviting you.
You're asking for a favor, and you can't be bothered to be polite? I don't know. It's been a really busy day for me. I kind of miss my couch.
Daisy, you just say yes.
The pause falls almost too dramatic. Afterwards, his face twisting savvy between a grimace and a smile. As the captaincy appears like he's in love with his guy, you think the man is just getting an aneurysm by simply being polite?
Please?
Tia said it'll be his treat.
What? I said no such thing, Munchkin. I only agreed to this because you requested it. I'm under no obligation to feed her.
I promise we'll be quiet the next time I visit.
Oh, alright, but just one meal and make it the cheapest.
He and Ashton will get along famously on that department. On the different front, the offer of free dinner does sound enticing, however half-heartedly given it is. Most because Kylie has wisely put on her puppy eyes, and by the second I find all my choices slipping away from me.
See, Miss Pink? It'll be fun. You don't have to feel sad anymore, okay?
Oh, well,
My mouth buzzes from my pocket, cutting me mid-sentence, and for a second I'm spared from the act of giving us for I'll regret either way. Fishing the gadget out with hand to him and excuse myself with this grunt expression in the look face before I turn away. I'd blank if I said it didn't amuse me. He's as eager to be done with this as I am, but what can I do? Checking a message from Martin shows up. Hey, Becca! I'll be around somewhere this evening. Need to meet someone in the area. I might have to drop by your Saint's place after all. See ya! Oh. That's the usual. Unlike what he does to Zachary, Ashton has the decency to let us know when he's dropping by, or he's in the area for some business. From the way it's phrased, it sounds to be the latter. Either way, I'm glad he's at least aware of that boundary. I know that Isabel's ever going to let him leave the building unscathed if he ever pulls the same stunt he does with the other men. I cringe to imagine what she'll do to him. Sighing, I slip the gadget back to my pocket. Looking up to see Luke's entering patience on his face, I now face a different dilemma. The two of them are still waiting, and knowing the kind of person Luke is, this is already a grand gesture of goodwill coming from him. All to please his godchild. He's the eye of society, he's really fond of Kylie from his actions alone. I kinda hate to ruin that.
Well, Daisy, we're waiting here.
On the other hand, there is Ash. His message sounds exactly like he's going to wait, or he's expecting me to be there, but there are matters I hope to discuss with him, the person, to put it simply. Housewarming party matters. With inviting Isabel out of the question, I only have Zachary and Ashton. Although the former has already made it clear he'll be busy this week, and well, Ashton has been my first choice from the start. Even if he detests attending gatherings like this. His company counts, we can be miserable together. But there's the problem, isn't it? He hates them, and it's very likely his answer will be a flat no. I'd rather not hear that. If by some miracle he agrees with it, he'll probably be sulking the whole party. Not really a tough choice, when you put it like that. Still, I have other things to do. Okay, but only because Kylie asked. Is it a crazy idea? Right, somehow that thing is kinda connected to Kylie because it's capable of like possessing her. So maybe if we go, we'll be able to learn something. I mean, I think it could give us some insight on what exactly is going on, kinda. I mean, I think. Let's go with, let's go with this. Safe to save. In the end, it's my own fondness for Kylie then without. Chancer, I'll only have to endure his presence for an hour or so. If it lasts more than I can make up an excuse, a sudden call from a friend or things to work on. It doesn't seem to do so bad when I think of the pros and cons. At best, it will be a quiet dinner. At worst, it will be an awkward affair we're both eager to be rid of. I'm leaning more on the latter happening, hoping for the former, of course.
Okay, but only because Kylie asked.
Kylie's face instantly lights up. For the third time today, she tugs me into a hug before pulling away and dragged me by the hands towards the building's exit.
That's alright. I'm sure Tio doesn't mind. He let me pick where we're going to eat. Don't worry, it's just close.
Luke follows close behind, and perhaps out of some desire to keep the debtor away, I can't resist throwing in a quip.
Keep your distance. You better not do anything funny, you hear?
I'm the one who should keep my distance. May I remind you who approached me first and what you did right after?
Oh, I remember it clearly. But perhaps it's you who needs a reminder. You seem to have never learned your lesson. Care we give it another try? Maybe this time it'll stick.
Maybe this time it'll stick. You think you're scary? But I'll show you what's scary.
She knows already. To my surprise, his tone lacks the usual sardonic note in it, and briefly I pause to stare at him. He quickly shuts his mouth right after and walks ahead of us. All talk and no trousers like usual, and for the better part of our walk, except for Kylie's excited chatter, we don't speak. I'm sure what's scary. Alright, that was good. Oh, plus for Luke, okay. This was ridiculous. Somehow I've had this strange feeling I'm already getting used to this kind of banter with him. That was good. I'm not sure if that's a good or bad thing. And amidst this newfound friendship, or something like that, I call it that, Ashley's message lays forgotten and abandoned in my pocket. Which might not be the good idea? Or something like that? Oh, achievement unlocked. Dinner date What? What kind of achievement is this? Right, I still don't know what the hell is the branching tree about. Oh, okay, no. I mean, I could use that and check out the potential answer for my questions regarding choices. But let's not do that. Maybe this time it will stick. Alright. Let's end the episode here and we'll go on that set date in the next one. For now, hope you enjoyed. Hope to see you tomorrow. Bye bye.